Hey guys, this is Ayla coming in to do a video. I am coming in to talk about progesterone cream. I think I've talked about it before, but I want to come in and talk about hot flashes and perimenopause and menopause and things you can do to help with your menopausal symptoms and perimenopausal symptoms, the weight gain, the memory loss, all the things that go along with it, the weird symptoms that nobody talk about because they're too scared to talk about them. But everything that go along with perimenopause and hormone imbalance. Well, I can talk about my experience first, and then I'll talk a little bit about the progesterone cream and how it helped me, and how I happened to come across learning more about the cream and some of the stuff that helped me get educated. I'll share that. But anyway, my symptoms of perimenopause: hot flashes, night sweats, heavy menstrual cycles, missed menstrual cycles. I miss them about 3 months, and then all of a sudden the floodgates are open, if you know what I mean. And having to use those extra huge pads, um, and having to change those every hour or every couple of hours, and then having to double them up, triple them up, what have you. It's very, very uncomfortable. I didn't want to go anywhere. I would prefer to stay at home. And then it's scary because if you're bleeding that much, you're losing a lot of iron. So, and I did become iron deficient, because of it. So I started doing research because I was having a lot of digestive issues, um, heart palpitations, a lot of things. And the heart palpitations were caused by the low iron. And then, being depleted of your minerals, because you can't lose that much blood and not deplete, your vitamins and minerals. So all that stuff kind of go hand in hand. But I primarily want to just talk about how this helped. This is one jar that I've used, and as you can see, it's almost gone. But this has lasted me probably 2 months. I think I got it in, let me see, July, August maybe. Well, it's lasted me about 3 months actually. But anyway, I started to use the progesterone cream, and what I started to notice is that I stopped having the hot flashes, and then I started sleeping better at night, because at one point I wasn't sleeping. I mean, I was just couldn't sleep, and I didn't realize, that the hormone imbalances was having that bigger impact on my sleep. And so between anxiety, panic, um, just weird symptoms going on, I finally did enough research to realize it was my hormones. And I went to the health food store, and I talked to this older lady who had gone through, perimenopause and menopause. So, she told me that I told what was going on with me with the heavy cycles and everything, and she suggested the progesterone cream. First, she, said maybe you need to use some estrogen and progesterone, but when, she heard the whole story, she said maybe you need to start with progesterone, because I think you're okay, as far as your estrogen. You just may need to start with this and see if your symptoms, don't improve. And of course, I started taking the progesterone cream, which this is the one that she suggested. And lo and behold, I guess after about a month, well, 2 weeks, I started noticing a difference in my skin, a difference in, my overall well-being, because I was feeling really depressed. And at that time, I was taking ashwagandha and everything that was helping some, but, with the hormones so out of whack, I needed something else. So the progesterone cream helped with the anxiety. It helped with the sleep issues. I started kind of going to sleep on time, getting sleep at a certain time of night like you're supposed to. And, when I sleep, I rest pretty good. I have a few nights where, I may not rest as well, but for the most part, I rest really well, and I didn't realize that the progesterone imbalance would cause all these issues. So I began to think back, to having children and how the depression and all those things that I was experiencing at that time. And I've just come to the conclusion a lot of it was probably my hormones were out of whack, you know. But I didn't know because at that time I wasn't experiencing any issues with my cycle or what have you. But I noticed after I would have, my children, a child, I would become really depressed. And I know they call that, what is it, postpartum blues. But the blues just didn't seem to go away. So I kind of feel like some of that might have been hormonal. But anyway, the progesterone cream, this one is a natural progesterone cream. And a lot of times what happens if you go to the doctor and your hormones are out of whack, they'll probably put you on birth control, or, women who's headed toward menopause, they'll give you the hormone replacement therapies, the synthetic hormones. But the good thing about this progesterone, it is natural. It comes from a natural source. It's not synthetic, so it's pretty much like the hormones that your body make. And the way I learned so much about the progesterone cream and other things that you can take for perimenopause and menopause is from a lady who does YouTube videos. And I don't know if I'm at liberty to mention her name, but her name is Barbara, and she has a lot of information about hormonal issues. And I think, she reported that she's been taking it for over 30 years. But like I said, I wish I would have known about it sooner. It probably would have minimized a lot of my issues, because I know I used to get this, PMS. Oh, Lord, I felt like, I acted like, not felt like, I felt and acted like a dragon or angry. I don't know even how to term it. But now it's just like very little bothers me. I'm a pretty laid back person anyway, unless something going on, but very little bothers me. I mean, some bother me, but it doesn't get me to the point where, I get like a ravenous wolf. So the progesterone cream, this, and I'm sorry, this one I rubbed the writing off of it, but it's Progesta cream. It's Progesta-Creme, Progesta cream plus, and it's a micronized cream. And women who had babies and maybe off hormonally or just don't feel right, you know that something's kind of off. And if you ever experience hormonal issues and imbalances, you may want to kind of do some research on this one because it's natural. And now I think that I'm actually moving toward needing, I hear noise in the background. I'm moving toward needing the estrogen cream because, I'm kind of experiencing mild hot flashes. And before this was taken care of, so I think I'm moving on toward menopause. And you can't say you're menopausal until you've been without a period for a year. So since it hasn't been a year, I can't say I'm menopausal. But I think I'm moving toward needing the cream with the estrogen in it. And this type of estrogen is the good estrogen, because your body there's two types of estrogen. You need the good estrogen because it helps with your heart and it helps with all the processes in the body. So I think I'm moving toward needing that cream. But the progesterone cream, it also helps with, your skin, weight loss, your hair loss. It also helps with all of that because it'll balance everything back out. And like I said, I'm thinking I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to get one with both of them. But what I've learned is that you don't need to use the estrogen cream without the progesterone, because most women tend to be estrogen dominant. And I know that I've had fibroids and cysts, and that's a sign of estrogen dominance, which is why I think, I should have known about this earlier. I wish I would have known about this earlier, but I didn't. So,
She's on tape. Give me
um,
my car.
so, you know, you may want to think about it. Sorry about that, but guys, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, you might want to try it. You may be pleasantly surprised of how it helps you. All right, thank you. And if this video has been helpful, please like, share, and subscribe.